If there's someone I don't want to pick a fight with, it's definitely today's guest. Let's just say that her fighting scenes go well beyond the screen.
I'm Ayisha Issa. I'm an actress and I'm passionate about trying new things.
Hi, Ayisha. I'm so happy to have you on the couch today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I didn't know that we would get to this point, but I was so excited when I met you and discovered more about your career. And a friend told me, "Oh, you got to come to this event. There's this really cool girl," and she came out with a jewelry line, and I went, and I didn't know, who I was going to meet, and we were in the crowd, and then I saw this beautiful girl, so tall, taller than most, taller than most of the people there, and everyone was talking to her, and I'm like, "Oh, who's that girl? She looks really fit. Like, what is she an athlete?" And she's like, "Oh no, that's who we're here to see."
Oh, there
She's
you go.
the actress. She has all these cool movies, and she's coming out with this jewelry line. And check out your bag, and I had this cool gift bag and everything. So that's how we
That's how
came
we
to
met.
meet.
Yeah, I mean, I heard some great things about you also.
Oh,
They're like, you
nice.
have to invite this chick. She's awesome. She's amazing.
Aw.
And I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I
Well,
did.
me too. I'm glad I went, and then it was just perfect timing when the season got renewed, and I thought, okay, who do I want to have on? And Ayisha, you were top of the list.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So what inspired the jewelry line?
I mean, originally when I started doing it, it was just a curiosity. It was like a personal challenge. I wanted to see if I could make my own jewelry. I mean, kind of found out that people were doing this kind of thing, and
Okay.
I walked past the store that sold the supplies. So I
Mhm.
went in there and blew a bunch of money and bought a bunch of supplies and just started trying to figure out what I could do with them.
Okay.
Then acting took off, so I kind of put it on the side, and it was just something that I had done for fun. And like I said, it was more of a personal challenge.
Okay.
And then I just decided, I have to try to diversify a little bit because acting is it's a little bit unstable, I guess you could say, as a career.
Okay.
Like you can't really count on it, right?
Right.
So
you,
I was
you
like,
don't know
okay,
when your next contract
when your next
comes.
contract's going to be, and downtime for me is really hard because I like to work at high intensity.
Right.
I like to, kind of go hard or go home type thing.
You want to
So
stay busy.
yeah, exactly. I really want to stay busy, and so I just had to figure something out. So I had the opportunity to, the time to start making some more jewelry and stuff,
Okay.
and the time to promote it through the media, and they were, kind of picked up on the fact that I was doing this and were interested, and so it just kind of snowballed, and I just ran with it, really.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how has it been since the launch? I mean, how many months ago was that, the launch?
We did it in February.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like mid-February.
Okay.
And I mean, it's good. It's definitely a challenge, unlike anything else. I usually excel when it comes to creative things. So
Okay.
the actual making of the jewelry and all that kind of stuff is the easy part.
Mm.
The hard part is like the business aspect
Right.
and learning how to deal with marketing, but not just as an actress and marketing yourself, but actually like focusing on this product and
Right.
how that works. So
Marketing, sales.
and
right.
sales, and I'm still figuring that out. I'm to be honest, it is just part of the process, and
Okay.
I'm just kind of giving myself. I'm trying to be patient with myself and give myself a chance to learn these things.
Right. Don't
so.
be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not easy.
How does this differ from managing your career as an actress?
Well, when you're an actress, like you are the product,
Okay.
and you know yourself pretty well. And if you don't, you're going to figure yourself out pretty quickly. You have to. So, I went through that whole process when I became an actress. At first, I didn't think that I was going to be an actress. Even
Okay.
after having done a couple projects, I figured this was just kind of like a fluke thing that happened,
Right.
and it's going to be over soon. And when it did kind of start to slow down, the first time, because it's kind of up and down, I remember being almost like very devastated, and I remember being very upset with myself because I felt like I didn't really try. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I had a great opportunity, and I was too scared of failing to try.
Okay.
And so I said to myself, like, if I ever have another opportunity to do this, I'm not going to if it doesn't work out, it's not going to be because I didn't
Right.
make the effort, you know?
You're going to do everything you can to make it work.
Exactly. I'm going to go full throttle and I'm going to put everything I can into it. And so that's what I did. I started building my own website and learning as much as I could about social media and dealing with the media and PR and like just really trying to do as much research into
Okay.
how I could manage myself as possible.
Okay.
And kind of put myself in a position where, like I said, even if things were slow or not moving, I was doing something to try to solidify my career.
Right. And it seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Sometimes it's really exhausting. Like, I don't really care much for doing my own social media and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm actually quite introverted. People don't understand that or see it. They think I'm kind of
They're
making
like,
that
you're
up.
an
and it's-
actress. Don't you want the
Yeah,
attention?
you must, and it's funny, but like it takes a lot out of me to like really kind of have to post things constantly. Like I feel very kind of shy and embarrassed about doing it, and so sometimes I take long breaks and I just kind of.
You go under the radar.
Yeah, I think it's necessary and it kind of have to. It's when
Okay.
when you're the product, it means that you're often thinking and talking about yourself, and that is very uncomfortable for some people.
Right.
Sometimes you really have to. That's like the hard part of
Right.
the job. Right?
I think that's when having a PR agent is fun because they can talk about you and it's fine.
Yeah,
When
ex-
you're trying to promote yourself, it's a little, you feel self-centered. It's kind of embarrassing. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I like when I'm really excited about something. I like to share it because I'm amazed that I'm having the opportunity to do this.
Right.
But it doesn't make it any less awkward when you realize that you're doing this constantly. You're like, should I? Nah, I'm just forget it. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to post this. I'm not going to share that. And
Right.
it's better to have someone else do it if you can afford it. But I mean, you have to get to a point where you can afford that kind of a thing,
Right.
and so you have to do it yourself. And I think it's also a question of also knowing how these things work. I think it's important. It's a part of your job. It's a part of your career. And I think that even if you, in the long run, you don't do it yourself, I think that these are things that you should take the time to try to learn and to understand.
Right,
Yeah.
definitely. So right now, what are you pushing more these days? Your career as a jewelry designer slash entrepreneur, or your career as an actress?
Well, I have a contract that I'm working on in Toronto this summer, and I'm still on Inte so
Okay,
we're filming that now.
okay,
So I mean, the acting thing is something that's kind of there and
Mhm.
happening, and again, there's only so much that I can do to, to advance that. So on the side, I take my time and I'm selling jewelry and trying to figure out the next steps and the next, like what to do with that.
okay.
I actually just certified as a personal trainer.
Ah, congratulations.
Recertified, I should say. Yeah, it's something that I just really enjoy doing.
Right.
I really like that line of work.
I think it's so fitting for you because you are an athlete. You're very physical, and don't you have a black belt or?
No, I don't have
is it
I don't have a black belt. People kind of go in that direction, but
Okay.
no, I competed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This
Oh,
year I
okay.
didn't compete, and next year I'll probably compete again. Sometimes I
Okay.
have to take some time off to get other things organized.
Okay, but
Acting
you've won
or stuff.
competitions.
Yeah, I won the Worlds last year. I won my division for the Worlds
Oh,
last
wow,
year, and
amazing.
in 2010 also.
Okay.
I actually have a couple teammates who are there right now competing,
Oh,
and they did
really?
really good. They placed first and
Nice.
second. A couple girls who were awesome. So I'm really happy about that, and hopefully I'll join them again next year. In
Okay, so you
competition.
plan on going back? Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
I
still
always
do?
go back. Like I
Okay.
always leave and disappear and run off and do something, try something new, or whatever. But I always go back. Like I have to.
And knowing how to do this and having these skills in jiu-jitsu, that has helped in your acting career.
Yeah, I personally think that's one of the reasons why I got into this, like why the industry was so welcoming. Like I started with Immortals, and we were talking about that earlier, and I remember going to the audition. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have any acting experience. I had no idea what I was doing,
Right.
but they needed somebody who fit my physical description.
Okay.
And originally the character was supposed to have a stunt scene,
Okay.
like a fight scene.
Right.
And I was just finishing a competition and on my way to the gym when I stopped off at this audition, And so I apologized, and I kind of, it came out that, what I had done and what I was doing.
Right.
And I just remember them kind of taking notes and being like, so if you had to do your own stunts, like that's something you could do. And I was like, that's also something I would love to try.
Right.
So I feel like that might have given me an edge over the other
For
girls
sure,
who were
it's
there.
it's a specific skill.
Yeah, because I mean, the other girls were trained actresses. I mean, these are girls who were in the business and whatever. And I think that might have been, for the industry, what kind of gave me a bit of an edge. So,
Right.
yeah.
And that kind of continues in your other roles. You do a lot of fight scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm often casted as a villain, so I always end up fighting somebody for some reason. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I've ever done a movie where I haven't, like,
Where you didn't fight.
I didn't fight or wasn't trying to hurt somebody. It's really weird. Anyways.
Well, I think it's because of that skill. You know, I'm assuming there aren't a bunch of actresses who know combat skills.
I mean, there are some. I think there's more now, but yeah, you're right. And I think also, like, just my physical description, I'm 6 feet, and I could, I'm fairly built. So I think that it's just stereotypically a very intimidating. It's easy. It's easy to kind of convey intimidation.
Okay.
And so I think that that's probably why I get casted. And when I don't smile, I have that syndrome. I'm not going to say it because we're on television, but resting.
The bee face.
Yes, exactly. People tell me all the time, they're like, man, when I first met you, I really didn't like you. I thought you were like a really like not very nice person or whatever. And I'm shy,
But you're
so
a
I don't.
sweetheart. I
Yeah,
can
well,
attest to
thank you.
that. You're a sweetheart.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So do you do like all your own stunts?
No, I don't do all my own stunts.
Okay.
I'd say like 95% of them, but there's some stunts that either I'm not going to be allowed to do,
Okay.
and there's some stunts that I'm just not qualified to do. Like,
Right.
At first I thought that I was going to become a stunt actress or a stunt person
Right.
until I really understood what these guys and girls do. Like, I have a lot of
craziness.
friends now who are like professional stunt performers, and like what they do is crazy. Like, they set themselves on fire. They jump from ridiculously.
No, you don't feel like doing that? Setting
No,
yourself
you know,
on fire?
I
No?
remember the first time I had like a real straight stunt double role where it's not me performing as an
Right.
actress and a stunt person. And I just remember, like, standing, let's say 8 feet in the air, and then plus you have to add my height, another 6 feet from my level, right? And being like, wow, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't
want
wanna
to do
risk
this.
my
What am I
life.
doing here? Like, no, I don't want to do this. But it's
my
too
God.
late, right? So I did it. But I don't think that
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
do that one again.
Well, in Immortal, you ended up not having to do a fight scene and that, right?
Yeah, well, we did like a very small choreography.
Okay.
I mean, these things happen all the time. They kind of move things around, they change the script and do things like that. So,
Okay.
but I did get to meet the stunt team, and a lot of the friends that I have now that are
from
stunt
there.
people are from that movie.
Okay.
And they work on movies across Canada. A lot
Right.
of big movies that you've seen, they work on pretty much
Well,
all of
I mean,
them.
that's a pretty big Hollywood movie. How was that experience just being part of Hollywood for a moment?
Again, it was like my first real experience, and I think that in one sense, it kind of spoiled me because you go in and you have like.
You think it's always like that?
Yeah, exactly. So the movie I did after, which was an amazing opportunity, and like I had a great time on it, but I was just kind of.
Right.
So which
Was
one
it-
is making movies? And it's both. It really is both. But like.
Right.
Yeah.
The movie after was that La Pas?
Yeah.
La Pas?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually
So-
got casted for that movie by the stunt coordinator from Immortals. So I
Oh,
met him
okay.
there, and then he introduced me to
Okay.
Yves Simoneau, who
Right.
casted me for that movie.
Quebec
after.
production.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did Unité 9 come about?
That was, I mentioned earlier, there was a point where I was like, wow, I should have tried harder to try to establish myself as an actress and take it a little bit more seriously. And that was actually the role that I got literally days before was going to just kind of write off the acting thing and go back into like a 9 to 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I
Wow.
was like, okay, so in 3 days, I'm going to prep my CV and go back into the
9 to
regular
5,
world,
right.
the 9 to 5 work. And
So good
I got
timing.
the audition. Yeah, it was really good timing. And it was very quick too. Like I did the audition, and then I auditioned 3 times, like 3 days in a row. And then I started filming on the Monday after.
Oh,
like,
wow. Usually
right
it
away.
takes so long in terms of, usually anything production takes a long
It takes a really
time.
long time.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it was super quick. And then I got casted for Brick Mansions like a month after that. And so I
Okay.
was like, okay,
We're good.
yeah, let's do this
So,
properly
what
this time.
advice would you give to other young women who are looking to go into acting? I mean, it's a very difficult field to break into.
Yeah, I mean, advice.
Just keep trying.
I'm not even sure what I did to get into the industry. So people ask me that, and I'm like, I have no idea. But I mean, what I would say is, if this is something you're really interested in, make sure you really like it. So maybe take a local acting class, have fun with it. Maybe film yours, like, you can get scripts online
Right.
of just scenes. Maybe grab a couple of those, grab a friend, film it, have fun with it, practice it, see if you really like it, see how much you're willing to sacrifice, because there's a lot of sacrifices you're going to make,
Right.
and the rewards aren't always all that fantastic. So make sure you love it, and then you can take those tapes where you've been kind of messing around with your friends and try to send them out to agents and casting offices and just kind of see what happens. But
Okay.
I mean, I would say don't put all your eggs in that basket, because there is always going to be a certain amount of a certain element, I would say, or that is out of your control when it comes to this
Right.
kind of stuff. You could be an amazing actor or actress, and they're just not looking for you at that particular time, or you just kind of
Right.
you know?
There's a lot of, it has to be good timing, just the right person at the right time.
at the right time, at the right place, and these people are looking for you.
It's
And
a bit of luck involved in it.
there is a lot of luck and like kind of chance involved in that. So don't put all your eggs in that basket. Have it be something that you enjoy doing, and kind of maybe put a limit onto it. Like, understand really how far you're willing to go for this.
Right. And I think having an additional skill can work in your favor, because I used to do a bit of work as an extra, and they always ask, like, do you have a skill? Like, do you know how to dance salsa or swim or whatever? Like, some kind of extra thing that maybe would make you,
Different, make you
Different,
stand out.
yes.
Absolutely. Well, like for me, like I don't really have proof of that, but I'm almost positive that that's what it was. And if it wasn't for that project, well, in subsequent projects, it's definitely always been something that comes out in casting and in interviews and stuff like that.
Right.
So, yeah, having special skills is definitely something that's going to be useful to you. I mean, acting is essentially pretending to be somebody you're not, right?
Right.
So another thing that might help is doing a lot of people watching. Get to know as many people as you can, different people who are interested in different things, who live a life that is completely different from yours.
Right.
And try your best to understand them and to relate to these type of people in these situations. And I think that that's also very, very useful, right? Kind of get out there and live life as much as you can. Because all that stuff, after you recruit
It'll
all
be
these
useful.
different things, and you use them for your characters, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you continue competing,
Thank
because I
you.
think that's a really cool thing.
I will definitely, I can't really stop. I tried before and it doesn't work. I always end up going back, so.
Right, and your jewelry as well. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that grow more and start seeing people wearing it and everything. So
Thank you.
that's pretty cool.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I do it because I enjoy it. I like making jewelry, and I hope that other people like
Is this
it too.
one of your pieces?
Yeah, it is actually. This
Oh,
is something this is actually old jewelry that I had bought, and there was a couple new pieces. Like, I bought these
Okay.
different beads here, but like, this is jewelry that's made of other jewelry.
Okay.
And so I
love it. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
Thank you. I have a couple things like that. Like, it's about just making stuff. I don't really make large quantities of
Okay.
things. It's more like
People can
whatever.
purchase it online?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's if you go to AyishaIssa.com or IssaByAyisha.com,
Okay.
there's links on both of those.
Oh, perfect. Well, Ayisha, thank you so much for making it today. I know you're super busy and you're probably running off to your next project on the set somewhere, so I really appreciate for you squeezing me in.
Well, I really appreciate you having me. I'm glad to be here. It's a
My
lot of fun.
pleasure. And thank you to you guys for joining us on another episode of Couch Talk. And make sure to watch the next one. Bye.
All the colors, wish to see you, wish to see you. May all the colors, wish to see you, wish to see you. May all the colors, wish to see you, wish to see you. May all the colors.